Hello people didn't how's it all doing? Today I just want to say to everybody, look around you. Look around you for a second. We are all in different places at the moment and we could be in the shop, we could be in outside, we could be in our house. Right? But we're lucky. We're lucky to have the ability to see this video, to even hear me is a gift. And some people don't have that gift, sadly, in life. And the reason why I'm doing this video is I just want to show the people and explain to people, we are lucky. I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be able to see the camera in front of me. I'm lucky to even be able to move my arms as I am now. I'm lucky and I'm lucky to be able to hear the things around me happening. And, there is sadly some people in this world who can't hear, who can't see, who don't have arms, who have robotic arms. And, we should be thankful. And as one poster said to me, and I get into this in a second, but there's always somebody in the world who's worse off than you. And that's true. No matter where you go in the world, there's somebody, if you take you in the worst situation humanly possible in your mind, there's somebody who's 10 times worse in some other country. So obviously it's sad. It is really, really sad to see, people being mistreated and people being, excluded from society. Like people who are homeless in Dublin and around Ireland, across Ireland. Basically just being abandoned. That's the word I have to use, abandoned. Because, one thing that should be guaranteed in every country is, a place to call your own, a place to call home. And obviously there's so many children in this country who are homeless, who haven't got anyone to call home, who haven't known a home, hasn't ever seen a home. And, we have to think of them. We have to think about how lucky we are. I'm thinking about my education. I have some kind of an education. Some people are lucky to probably even have an education in some parts of the world. Like, we just have to count ourselves lucky. Because these are gifts. We should never underestimate them. And some people, sadly, in this world, are just mean and evil people. And you see them succeed, I suppose you could say, drug dealers, especially drug gangs, I'm thinking of a few in particular. They have millions upon millions, they're above the law, and they're above society. But in the end, as one person said to me, and as I said to one person before, the only place they're all going to end up in the same place. They're all either going to end up in a box or in a phase. They're not going to get any. Your money won't save them, I suppose you could say, or their popularity won't save them. Which brings me to the point where we should all be happy for each other. We should all help each other out as much as humanly possible, because no matter the person, I suppose you could say, we all share this earth. We all live among each other. I suppose that's probably a weird way of saying it, but we should all try and get along with each other. Like, it's hard. I understand it's very, very hard in some parts of the world to get along with each other. Especially in this country, it's hard. Especially with people being pushed aside, I suppose you could say, for other nationalities, I suppose you could say. I won't even get into that detail, but I'm just saying that I'm thankful. And I really have to say this, and I really have to say to all my friends now, to my family who are watching this. I'm thankful to have the friends and family I have. I'm so thankful to have them in my life. I'm so happy to have them, and I'm so delighted with myself to have them. Because sadly, again, some people in this world don't have people to call friends. Some people in this world don't have any family. More or less what I'm just trying to say is we should be thankful. Because it's out there now as we speak. And I know people would say speaking's not going to help it. Or not going to do anything about it. And I know he's correct, but one man can't change the boundaries of a nation. And that's true. Because it takes more people to do something. To make a greater impact. One person can't change society. One person can't change the world. Out there now as we speak, there's people starving. People starving in Ireland. Even in Ireland alone now, with 2 or 3 children on the streets of Dublin, on the streets of Cork, on the streets of Galway. I'm starving. I'm starving to that. I have to sleep in the cold. And we can't imagine what they're seeing at night. We can't imagine how they feel. We can't even speak for them. Because to the government, to the Irish government, they don't have any representation. They're just forgotten about, left, abandoned. And what I say, we're lucky. And that's basically what I'm trying to say. Because I know a lot of people be like, they're in different countries, they should worry about our own first. That's true. Like, we should worry about one problem, then deal with another problem. But we have to be thankful. We have to have a heart. We have to have an open mind, I suppose you could say. Because, every day we do go through dark times. You might not think, but there's something always in our mind that always tries to bring us down. And for the majority of people, it does not bring them down. But for some people, it does. And, you just think of the suffering in this world. And we should all be thankful. Like, I really, really hope everybody watching this video and hearing me right now, and I really will pray over it, that everybody is healthy and happy. And I've said it so many times. Honestly, money to me, I tear it up. Seriously, I would tear it up. Because the two things, and this brings me to my last point. The two things, you need money. Everybody needs money for stuff to survive and to live. Sadly, some people don't have money for anything. Some people use it for drugs, some alcohol, sadly. But the only thing I say to people, and the people who are lucky to have houses, who are lucky to have food, and lucky to have luxuries that other people don't have in this country, or in other countries too. We're lucky. We are extremely lucky. We don't look into ourselves. We don't look at ourselves and say, look, we have this car, we have this house. Then you go up to Dublin, you see people who have nothing, who barely have a hat to put on their head. And you just think to yourself, we are lucky to be blessed to have these luxuries. Because unfortunately some people are starving and some people are hungry in this country alone. I'm talking about this country alone too. And then outside of Ireland, as we speak, there's probably 2,000, 3,000 people starving at this moment in time across the world. And we should just all count ourselves extremely lucky. And we should never take it for granted. Because as long as you're healthy and happy, and I go out and say it, the amount of money in the world, like you ask any actor who has billions upon billions, are they happy? The majority of the time they probably say no. Because they could have all the Lamborghinis in the world, they could have all the helicopters, they could have everything they want. But money doesn't bring you happiness. Because your health and your happiness is the main thing in life, for me. As long as you're healthy and happy, what more do you want? And that's as simple as that. Because as long as you have your health, what more do you want? Simple as that. Your health is your wealth. And your happiness is your wealth too. And more or less just to say to people, before you go to bed tonight, or if you're watching this in the morning, think about what I'm saying. And look around you. If you live in the Dublin, you especially know what I'm saying. Because you just have to walk into the inner city and you just be like, them poor people just lying on the streets. Them poor people. It shouldn't happen. Like, that's as simple as that. Shouldn't. If we lived in a right-minded democracy, if we lived in any sensible government in this country, it wouldn't happen. Simple as that. Because everybody deserves the right to have a shelter, have something, a roof over their head. And it's not a luxury. It's not you have to pay for it, you have to work for it. It is a right. It's a human right. And sadly, this government gets it hard to understand that full stop. It's a human right to have it. It's a human necessity to have it. I'm not going to say any more. Nobody said. Thank you.